Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my talk. I am here Friday morning because this week has been whack. The whole week. It started because it was Father's Day on Sunday, and then we had stayed up all night on Saturday. So, like all the week, just like tumbled over. And hopefully this weekend I will get everything back together and everything will work out. But for now, we are talking about buying and selling bonds. This is a really cool one. I read, the end of chapter 2, and I was so like into it that I read into chapter 3 and finished all of chapter 3 because it's very similar. But I'll get there when I get there. Let me tell you about these babies first. And I have 2 pages of notes for this one because it was pretty cool. So pay attention. Get your pencils out because there's some numbers that you need to write down. But anyway, I'm just gonna read my notes because that's what I do, and hopefully that doesn't annoy you because that is what I do. So corporate and municipal bonds are traded on a commission basis by most security brokers and commercial banks. T-bonds, which is what we have been talking about so far, can also be bought and sold through banks and securities dealers for a nominal fee or without paying a fee through Federal Reserve banks or the Government Bureau of Public Debt, which has set up a Treasury Direct program for investors like you and me that don't want to pay, because we learned from the other book, Your Money or Your Life, that if we could do it and save some money, why not do it ourselves? Plus, it's more, you know what you're doing as opposed to letting somebody else take care of that. So there is a Treasury Direct program that they set up for us that want to save that commission for ourselves. And with that Treasury Direct, you could call a phone number. Write it down. It's 800-943-6864. Again, 800-943-6864. And with this, by calling this number, you will establish an account where you will be able to purchase, redeem, reinvest all kinds of Treasury securities. So this is the same information we got from the other book. They gave us that phone number and email or website, which I have it here too. It's http colon / www.public for department .treas.gov. So it's www.public.treas.gov. That's the Federal Reserve Bank. Federal Reserve Bank that handles the Treasury securities or the Government Bureau of Public Debt website. Anyway, so new T-bonds are sold through Federal Reserve banks at auction, where prices are determined by competitive bid. These auctions are held on the second week of February, August, and November, and issued to the purchasers on the 15th of the month, unless it falls on a weekend or holiday, in which case the securities are issued the following business day. And we remember that from Your Money or Your Life, right? And then says the info about upcoming auctions can be obtained by contacting the 36 Federal Reserve banks. There's 36 Federal Reserve banks. I grabbed, I wrote down on my notes the Federal Reserve banks for Los Angeles and San Francisco because I live in California. But right now I'll turn this baby around and I will show you all the phone numbers that they have for different states. Actually, they don't have 50, they have 2 in California, but they only have 36 Federal Reserve banks. I'll turn it around right now, but let me give you the Federal Reserve Bank phone number for Los Angeles is 213-624-7398. And the Federal Reserve Bank for San Francisco is 415-974-2330. And this is for upcoming auctions. You would call there and they will tell you when the auctions are, so you can prepare once you save your at least $1,000, right? Okay, and let me turn this around and I will show you the numbers in case you live in another state other than California. Okay, so there's Atlanta, Baltimore, Birmingham, Boston, Buffalo, Charleston, and then you turn the page and there's all those. I'm trying not to move too much so you could see, but the Chicago, Cincinnati, Cleveland, they have them in alphabetical order, Dallas, Denver, so Texas has a bunch too, Detroit, El Paso, Houston, they have 4. But wherever you live, there's a Federal Reserve Bank that you could call to check out where or when they're going to have these auctions so you could invest in these bonds. But no, I am going to tell you about, because of me, like the whole time I'm reading about bonds, I'm thinking, oh man, like when, that's a long time, because I'm trying to save money to pay off my debt and be free of debt by 50, which is 6 months from now, and I'm closer, but I don't think 6 months is gonna do it, because what I've done these 6 months has not even gone like halfway of what I owed. So I wish I could do this and it would like just blow up and just rain money on me, but it's not that easy, I found. But I'm still happy that I'm working on it, and I am seeing the graph go down, but because I got that graph from Your Money or Your Life. But anyway, something that made me happier, because like I was saying, the T-bonds are 10 years, 30 years, and I probably don't even have that many years to live, right? So I think my public is probably around my age, and we need something faster. So on chapter 3, and that's what caught my attention, and I kept on reading till the end. But on chapter 3, it talks about T-bills, which are different than T-bonds, and the difference is that there's shorter periods of time. So because this is the one that we want. This is what I was so happy when I got to chapter 3. But anyway, let me read my notes. So what are T-bills? The most widely used of all U.S. government securities and a primary instrument of Federal Reserve policy. T-bills, like T-bonds, are issued to the public at a guaranteed rate of interest to pay off maturing debt and to raise more cash for operating the federal government, which backs them with its full faith and credit. So the reason the government does the T-bills and the T-bonds is because they need money to fix whatever the country, the state, whatever they need fixing for us. But I guess they don't have enough money, so they borrow money from us to do whatever they're gonna do, pay us the interest. But in order to be able to pay, they need to borrow more. So it's they're in this like crazy cycle. That's too bad for them, because they need our money to pay us interest. So poor government, poor government. But we get interest from them, and the reason it's so not risky is because they back it up with their faith. What is it? Which books them with its full faith and credit, because the government is not going to default on you as like stock can. So yeah.